Hi, Matthew.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. You're a sworn in officer starting today.
I can't believe it, honestly. It's a very surreal feeling. I just want to start by saying thank God. A lot of sacrifices went into this. I wouldn't be where I am without the support of my family, especially my mom. I grew up in a single parent household, so it was just me, my mom, my little brother, and seeing what my mom had to do to bring me and my brother the things that we got. You know, I don't know where I'd be without her. So I just want to say thank you to her and God. But yeah, it's a very surreal feeling right now. I grew up in Glendale. I actually grew up on Salem Street. Typical story. Born in Glendale Memorial, lived on Salem Street, and then I took
What schools?
I went to Armenian Sisters Academy, and then I went to high school at St. Francis, and then I did 2 years at Glendale Community College.
Do you speak Armenian?
I do.
The reason why I'm asking if you speak Armenian around is because I find it must be so hard to become a police officer in the city of Glendale, especially if you grew up here,
Yeah.
especially if you speak the language, especially if you look Armenian. How have you thought about how you're going to deal with what's to come? But there are pros as well. We'll talk about the pros.
Of course. So, as a police officer, we're faced with many different challenges. And just because I am Armenian, it's just one more. So obviously, I'm going to go about it in a respectful way. I'm going to face it head on. Obviously, being Armenian, my outreach to the community is even greater, but that also does cause, some conflicts because people are going to start coming to me because, oh, you are Armenian, maybe you can help me out with this, maybe you can help me out with that. As much as I do want to be that beacon of hope for people, it's going to be difficult kind of balancing that, oh, let me help you out with this with, I have a job to do. So that's probably one of the biggest challenges that I'm going to face.
So let's talk about the pros now. I think that there is a great pro because if you stop someone and they don't speak the language, English,
Yeah.
and you speak to them in their native tongue in a time of stress when they're getting arrested or stopped, traffic light, whatever it is, I think it calms them down and you're able to have more of a human interaction with this person. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. That's actually one of the reasons why I became an officer in the city of Glendale. Growing up Armenian, I understand, the community. I understand the culture. One of the reasons why I did become an officer was to help people. And I believe that I can make the greatest impact in the city of Glendale because, I am Armenian. In those high stress situations, I'm able to diffuse them, make them feel more comfortable, make the situation a little bit easier for them, and not only them, but also us as officers, especially if one of the officers doesn't speak Armenian, doesn't understand what's going on, it adds stress to them. Being able to diffuse that, being able to understand, the cultures, all walks of life that do come from Armenia, being able to give back to the community that's given me so much, I really look forward to doing that.
What was it like for your Armenian mom when you said you wanted to become a police officer?
She was not very happy, I'll be honest. She was very hesitant. Typical Armenian, no, you're not going to do that, no. But when I told her it was Glendale, and I told her why I chose Glendale, she was a little bit more lenient about it. And ultimately, when she saw, the passion I had towards it, the outreach I could have to the community, she ultimately said yes.
In December, the city of Glendale announced that the Glendale Police Department got approval for 23 new police officers, and you're part of that 23 new hires.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think that the city made a great decision? How so? What is going to be the impact of this additional 23?
Well, being a new officer, I don't know too much, right? I just got hired. But I would say from a, statistic standpoint, more is usually better. Being able to have more partners to back you up in the field, just to have your back, that sense of security, not only for myself as a police officer, but the community, knowing that we've invested time, money, and the effort to make sure that Glendale stays the way it is, right? So to have 23 more officers is absolutely amazing, puts us at ease, puts the community at ease. I think Chief Sid's done an amazing job hiring the people that he's hired. I mean, I'm beyond blessed to have the opportunity, and he's chosen people like myself that know the community, that know the culture of the Armenians. So I'm just beyond blessed to have this opportunity and do what I get to do.
Okay, last question. What are you most excited about becoming a police officer?
That's a tough one. I can give, the typical like, oh, I can't wait to help the community. But honestly, I just can't wait to drive around, get to know the geography of Glendale even better than I already do. And, like drive a police car. I think, that instinctually as a as a little kid, you see the lights and sirens and you're like, oh, I can't wait to do that. I joke around with my mom all the time, and I tell her I just play dress up all day. That's my new job. But I can't wait to just drive around and help people. So that's what I'm most looking forward to.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, man.